This is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel Arunfoot. Today I want to talk about the topic of players of Indian origin, overseas citizens of India, yes, PIOs and OCIs. A topic which is raised once in a while or maybe sometimes more often around India matches in my live shows, and therefore I wanted to talk about this topic because it's very, very close to my heart. And I say that because, it was me in 2001, the first time that I raised the topic of players of Indian origin with the All India Football Federation. And since then, I've raised it with the Federation, with the Government of India, with the Sports Ministry, multiple times. My own PIO card in 2006 was sent to FIFA, and FIFA at the time said, listen, it proves the origin of someone. Yes, potentially, if you have the legislation, you could get someone to play for you. Now, there has been a lot of developments across Asia. We've seen the recent successes of Indonesia by not only getting people to represent them with something which proves their origin, but actually handing them their citizenship. The same is currently being done by Sri Lanka, where we've seen players at senior as well as junior level going on to represent Sri Lanka. Pakistan is another country which has done it. And it's even a topic in countries where you normally wouldn't think that they would be actually naturalizing potentially foreigners. Vietnam has just done it. But on the other side, also looking at players of origin. A lot of countries in Southeast Asia are doing it. East Asia, it's been done. It's been done by countries across Africa. South American countries are doing it. West Asian countries are doing it. Countries like Palestine, Lebanon, Syria are doing it. It's happening across Europe as well. North America to be added to that list. So it is a topic where most of the world is utilizing either diaspora or naturalizing players who've been playing for a while in their respective countries. And it's something which has not happened ever in India. The only player who has come to India to play in India and successfully stayed in India, got Indian citizenship and went on to play for the Indian national team was Izumi Arata. And it took him 5 years to get Indian citizenship. Look at an old interview that I did last year with him where Arata speaks about it and how difficult it was actually to get Indian citizenship. Now the question is, the All India Football Federation once in a while does show an interest in the topic. We've had numerous national team coaches talk about it. Pete Stephen Constantine in his first stint in the early 2000s, Bob Houghton after that, Wim Koeverman spoke about it. Stephen Constantine, when he came back, spoke about it. Igor Stimac has spoken about it multiple times. So it's something that has been there and is there. The question now is, will something change? And if we take the status quo as of today, on September 25th, 2024, there is no movement on the side of the Indian government to either change legislation to fast-track sports persons' integration into Indian national teams or sporting sides by handing them quickly a passport, or by amending legislations that the OCI card de facto for a sports person becomes like a second citizenship to allow that person to represent India. I know it's not, to me at least, it's not something which is driven by the courts, but it's driven by politicians. And there needs to be the will and the desire to do it. It's not just a football topic. It was many, many years back a topic in tennis where a number of athletes studying in America, traveling on the ATP tour, on the WTA tour, that they took up American citizenship and no longer were able to represent India in the Davis Cup and the Federation Cup. It is a sporting topic. It is not just football. But yes, football would potentially be one of the biggest beneficiaries. And therefore, I have fought for players of Indian origin to represent our national teams. I think at this time, men's and women's, both our national teams could gain by the representation of players of origin. It would improve our quality in the short term, and it could potentially make us competitive at a higher level. And one thing I say as someone who's born abroad but is of Indian origin, I think that players of origin sometimes might actually show more heart when they represent an India shirt. I'll fight for it. I'll continue to fight for it, but at the moment, I'm not sure under this administration, under this government, if things will move. And the question is, do we have to face heavy losses for the government to move, to realize, we need to make these changes, or will we deny players of origin? We've already lost X number of players, most probably 2 generations of players in the last 2+ decades. When will India allow players of origin to play for us? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. And as always, write those down in the comments below. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Arunfoot here on YouTube, on other social medias, as well as visit arunfoot.com. And I'll be back very soon. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.